already an athletic maniac before he started the protocol. This is the before and after. The before and after. In 1 week, a trainer already lost 5 inches and 1% body fat in a week. So it doesn't have to be a person that's already exhibiting some unhealthy figures. Remember, it's what's on the inside. It's making the unhealthy healthy and the healthy even healthier. Here's another example, because we talked about important numbers that Dr. Robbins talked about. This is after 41 days. Now, this person wanted to get approved for a health product, life insurance product, and he couldn't. So he went on the protocol about 50 days before he went to get it. His cholesterol dropped 34%, 59% improvement, that's the good cholesterol, 65% reduction, 34%, and his ratio was 255. Remember, in cholesterol, which one's the most important? The ratio, right? In insurance, if you have a number of 8.0 and above, they won't uprate you, meaning they won't charge you more because you're unhealthy. They will simply deny you and not insure you. That's how high it is. He was at 9.2. In 41 days, it dropped to 3.6. On average, the biomarkers in our study that's listed on the third item there on the banner is reduced 66% in the first 6 weeks for everybody. Pretty impressive. And so the outline of it's very simple. It's a 4-phase protocol. It has a beginning called phase 1, has an end called phase 3. Phase 2 is just a transition stage. I'm transitioning you to the end, and phase 4 is just the rest of your life. So that's why it's a phase 4. Why? Because that's what the clinical study said it should be. Phase 1 is where 90% of the fixing's done. If it's a weight issue, that's where you'll lose 90% of your weight. If it's blood pressure or cholesterol, prediabetes, that's where it'll be fixed here. What are we doing? We're resetting the pancreas, because that's what's causing the problem. Phase 2 and phase 3 is where we start giving grandma's healthy bread and the pastas and the cheeses back into a normal lifestyle. You get to eat all these healthy foods once you're done, and these unhealthy ones. But it doesn't have to be so bad. Everybody have a sandwich tonight? Okay. The normal slice of bread has 23 to 28 grams of carbohydrates per slice. So you can see how those carbs at 320 can add up quick in a day. So you have like that bread, that would be about 50 grams of carbohydrates just in the bread. That's our flour that we make, that you're allowed on phase 1 of this protocol. Because our flour that you tasted, that made that bread, has 1 gram of carbohydrate per slice. So instead of 50, you had 2 grams. And the bread wasn't too bad. Did anybody say, where did this come from? It tastes like normal bread. And that same flour that we provide, you can make pancakes with, and you can make muffins with, and you can make pizza dough with it. And you can make cookies, and so you don't have to go without all breads. It's just the ones that we're buying in the store right now for a little while. So you get to have all these yummy foods. We're just changing them up a little bit, a healthier version of them. And as you can see, they taste very good. We eat those things because they make us happy. And so if I came to you and said you can never have them again, you're going to have high cholesterol and die an early death, chances are you're still going to eat them, right? So you can eat them. It's just that now you can eat them with a proper balanced pancreas. So phase 4, after you're graduate, so this is the ones that have already graduated, they're done fixing the pancreas, they have a pancreas of young teenager again. We recommend you have 1 shake a day. That's our flagship MRP. Has all your vitamins and minerals, that's all the cool stuff, because most of us don't have our breakfast during the day. And then you eat your regular food. Then 1 day a week, you have 3 shakes for 1 day. Because before that 1 day of 3 shakes, you go out and party like an animal at least once a week. Eat anything you want. Go to Leatherby's ice cream all day long. Just the next day, you have 3 shakes. So studies have shown that that will keep your pancreas from going wacky again, and yet you get the best of both worlds. Because we still get to eat all the foods that we ever wanted without suffering all the consequences. We just have to do this. We have to have at least one balanced meal throughout the day. We go nuts, enjoy, and then follow it by a cleanup day. And then we just keep on doing that, week after week. Your results from the protocol will simply be resetting your pancreas. You'll feel better than you've ever felt, because an unhealthy pancreas doesn't feel so great. Likely results is that women will lose 30 to 50 pounds in the first 3 months. Men lose 40 to 60. Sorry, more. And included right into the protocol is that you get personal coaching that comes right along with it, which the study says is essential. You don't pay extra for it. It's already included. And we measure your pounds lost, your body fat, so we make sure that you're not losing muscle, because we can't have you lowering your metabolism, so we measure it every single week. We don't prick your finger every week, but we check it about every 60 days. We check your blood pressure, and we do your body measurements. So you can see your progress truly on a weekly basis. We give you an outline of what to have every day with a huge list. I mean, look at all the meats you get to eat and all the vegetables you get to eat. It's a lot of food. I started on the protocol when I was 280 pounds and thought I'm going to starve to death. Truly, after the first 4 or 5 days, which I wasn't starving, I was a little bit hungry. After that, it was more, I don't think I can eat all the food. It was not a problem. So, if any of these issues are a concern, then now you have the opportunity to be able to know what to do about it. The cost of health is really something that you need to decide for yourself. On average, it costs $20.30 a week to be on the protocol. That's on phase 1. In phase 4, where you're having 1 meal a day and followed by 3 meals because you're going wacky and crazy 1 day a week, Friday night, Saturday night, you actually save just under $50. Why? Because it's a meal replacement protocol. We're not giving you a pill and you have to pay for it on top. We're simply taking this food over here that's causing hyperinsulinemia and replacing it with one that will fix it. So the cost of that hyperinsulinemia meal is replaced with the cost of a I'm going to fix it meal. And on average, it comes out that your current day is costing you, according to the restaurant associations, costing you about these costs, which comes out to about $11.83 by these associations every day, or on average about $5.17 a meal. It's about what we spend. Most of you won't argue with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace some of those meals. So you're going to still make some of your own. We're going to give you 3 of ours. And the average cost is cheaper, but we're adding 1 more meal, so you're having 4 meals a day. So it's now $14.73. So you decide if $2.90 is worth overcoming any of the issues of metabolic syndrome. And that's why it costs $20.30 a week, because of the meal replacement of the program. For most people, it's very, very cost effective. So again, our secret is dealing with what's causing the issue, and that is resetting your pancreas. I applaud you for taking the time to find out what your levels are. If you have any questions, Dr. Robbins will be here. Actually, Stan's been on the protocol for
32 days.
32 days. Would you just give a brief, I know I didn't prep you about this, but give a brief experience. What have you noticed the most?
The weight loss.
The weight loss. And
yeah, lost 25 pounds in 32 days. And,
did you feel deprived and starving all the time?
I mean, you know, you have those moments where you're like, it's just time to wind down from the day type thing, but you know, and you want to have some comfort.
Some old habit foods. Yeah.
But you know, you get past it. You distract yourself or something.
Okay, and in the protocol we have muffins and we have chocolate that you can have, and those are satisfying.
Yeah. Oh
okay.
Yeah.
Jeff has been on the protocol for how long?
9 weeks now.
9 weeks, and what were your results?
Yeah, it's been incredible. Definitely weight loss. I mean, about 20, I think I'm up to 25 pounds in the 9 weeks there. Biggest difference for me is I really for the past several years I've been trying to get into a serious workout regimen again, and I haven't been able to because my muscles would cramp, specifically in my legs. I just didn't feel good. I didn't have the energy. Even though I was eating fairly healthy, immediately. On the first week of the protocol, there is some adjusting going on, so you don't want to work out real aggressively. But by that second week, I hit it hard, and I felt fantastic. Immediately, I was able to run for a couple miles. My legs didn't cramp up. I mean, it truly seemed like a miracle to me. I couldn't believe it. It just keeps getting better.
So you felt like you had more energy. Now, the reason I'm kind of bringing attention to that is most athletes are told you need to eat more what if you're really going to work out hard? Carbs is the energy food for an athlete, right? Well, his carbohydrates were 320. Now, in our protocol, we've cut him down to about 20, less than 10%, and yet you experienced more energy.
Oh yeah, by far.
And see, that's what the studies have revealed, is that this protocol is set so that you can have more energy than you've ever had, and your carbohydrates are drastically reduced without you feeling the ill effects of it. But again, remember, that's only in phase 1. And you still do get to have the breads, and we have our own special chocolate and things like that. So it won't feel like you're really missing out on too many of the carbs. Thanks, guys, for sharing. We'll be here if you have any questions. You can ask even them. They're just users, but if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask them. I strongly suggest that you set an appointment tonight. Dr. Robbins will just have his clipboard. Set a consultation. Find out what it would do for you, how it would impact you if you have some special questions. Now it's in your hands. You know what your levels are. You know what your risks are. You know what the cost is. Find out more about it. It just takes a couple of minutes to find out what it would mean for you. Yes, ma'am.
Question. Do you keep on taking your medication, or do you stop completely?
No, you want to continue taking your medication. However, certain medications may have an effect on the protocol. For example, a person that's taking high blood pressure medication, okay, we're going to advise you that after about a week, 10 days, you're going to get dizzy. You're going to stand up and you're going to kind of go, whoa, what's going on? We're going to tell you that beforehand. What's happening is remember, we're dealing with what causes high blood pressure. Medication is treating the symptom of medication. So your body naturally is lowering its blood pressure level. Medication is lowering it even further on top of that, and that's why you feel dizzy. So we advise you at that point, call your doctor and say, hey doc, I'm feeling a little dizzy. I stand up and I feel dizzy. I am on a ketogenic diet. We'll give you some material to give to the doctor. He knows what that means. And that is one of the symptoms. It's just your body saying, I don't need that much medication. He's likely, or she, don't want to be medically sexist, they'll say, you know what, I want you to stop taking the medication completely. I want you to take it every other day. I want you to come in for an evaluation. I want you to take your medication and cut it in half. That's the likely response, which is a great thing. We do have 82% of the people that are on medication, that are taking medications that pertain to metabolic syndrome issues, completely eliminate or greatly reduce their medication in the first 6 weeks. So depending on what it is, you're likely not to experience those issues if they're metabolic syndrome related issues.
My blood pressure does seem to have gone down somewhat. It had a peak 1 week, but the pattern does seem like it's going down.
And that's natural. That's what this study's revealed. Did that answer your question?
Thank you.
Great. Thank you again. Start the protocol, start to change for your life today, and you're welcome. I put the meat away so it stay nice and moist. You're welcome to another sandwich if you'd like, and give yourself a round of applause for coming. Thanks. Up here at the